Good morning, good afternoon, good day. This is your hostess, Carmel Vicchio, and I am coming to you live from Lottery Dreamer, thanking Dream Singers Magazine for the opportunity to come to you guys live, and thanking everyone for listening in to the broadcast. I'd also like to thank everyone for sharing this broadcast with everyone else that you know, and letting everyone else know about Dream Singers Magazine and Lottery Dreamer. I am going to just take a moment for a closed eye spiritual state and bless the entire day, bless your week, as we focus in on all things that are good and positive. There will be a moment of silence. Well, actually, you'll hear a little beta in the background, So let's just go ahead and get into the moment of silence. Ashe. Ashe, namaste. So I wanted to come to you guys today, and I'm just going to turn that down a little bit. I wanted to come to you all today about something that's been going on with me for maybe a little bit over a week now. From time to time, you'll hear me talk about different totem animals and or songs, olfactory senses, things of that nature. But I wanted to speak to everyone today very briefly about an incident that I had on January 19th, I believe. Well, I think it was the 18th, but I kind of blogged about it on the 19th, in a closed eye spiritual state. And for those of you who are unaware, a closed eye spiritual state for me is when I'm not in meditation, but I'm in the process of awakening from my sleep. There's a space and time when you first wake up from that rest period that you all call sleep, where you know that you're not sleeping, but you're not quite awake. That, to me, is considered to be the closed eye spiritual state. Anyway, I won't digress in that. In that space, I saw the eyes and the face of a wolf. And that was on the 18th. And then on the 19th, I saw it again. And so it's been with me for quite some time. And what's so funny is about this and the way that the divine works sometimes for us in a Homo sapien state is that we try to get an understanding, looking for an overstanding of a particular thing. Okay, so anyway, I'm on Frontier Airlines, and if you know anything about Frontier Airlines, they have totem animals on their planes. So anyway, I get on the plane and look to my right to see what the totem animal is, and it is the Siberian wolf that I have been dreaming about I've dreamt about, and I continue to see in CESS, or closed eye spiritual state, the wolf that I continue to see. So in that moment, I started to, search my divine being and my spirituality to check to see if all things were good and very good and in divine order. And as I began to do that, it came across this morning in meditation that I need to start a series called Still Hunting. Now, still, S-T-I-L-L, in the form of becoming still, not the still that is continuing, but the still that is quiet, somber, and non-moving still. That's one of the things about the American language. Well, let me not digress. But what I will say about that is the American language, English per se, is very difficult for certain people to understand because it has so many definitions. One word could have so many definitions and or meanings, but still in the process of being quiet. Now, so I just wanted to go ahead for a brief little moment and talk about that still hunting. it's imperative that we learn to connect with nature. In different ways, of course, but it's imperative that we learn to connect with nature. Sometimes we shield ourselves so much that we lose the ability to experience the simple things that nature is trying to express to us. And it is in the practice of still hunting that we can get back to that sense of knowing through nature. Now, the still hunting is a shamanic practice. A lot of shamans still utilize this particular spiritual form of revelation and meditation. So as we go through it, we can't go through it intensely via the virtual state. But if you come to like one of our workshops or come and just commune with us when we're in a neighborhood near you, you can experience it a little bit deeper. Anyway, so the still hunting practice is it's something that we should all try to obtain, because it's very important when we are seeking in prayer and or in our meditations an answer to our day-to-day existence as humans being in this particular state of being. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to walk you through the particular steps, and we'll go into it for a little bit of meditation at this particular, during this broadcast, and then we'll come out of it. And I suggest that everyone practices it in their own space at their own particular time. Divine, I allow this to be a blessing. Let it go forth and continue to bless. Ashe. So let's let the world around you go. If right now, if you're in a disturbing environment, don't do this practice. Wait till you're in a space where it's nice and quiet and you can become patient with yourself. It may take you some time, before things settle in and before things settle down. I know several people who said it's very hard for them to get into a space of meditation. But, allow yourself a moment to calm yourself down. Now, the first thing I need you to do is feel and or imagine yourself as a part of your environment, a part of your natural surroundings. Now, if you're a person, if you're in an area where it's too cold for you to go outside, and or you're not in a place where being outside in a natural environment is difficult for you, then what I would suggest is you bring those natural things into your meditational space. So bring in a plant, which represents the outside. Bring out, you can pour a glass of water or have a bowl of water in front of you. Anything that brings you closer to nature. Have your pets, and if you don't have pets, things that remind you of your pet or remind you of an animal. It could be a furry blanket. It could be your favorite house shoes. Anything that brings in that natural feel. If it's not too cold, open a window so you'll get that natural flow of air. In this form of meditation. So you're in that space, and you're in the space of what is natural and what feels natural, your air, your water, your dirt. Now, in that space, I need you to imagine yourself as a leaf rustling through the earth or through the ground or in the woods. Imagine yourself as that particular leaf. And in this breeze, you're gonna feel a pickup, a flow of energy that allows you to be free. Let the songs of the birds feel your heart, noting how it affects your body and noting how it affects your senses. Now quietly observe your surroundings. Note how the animals and insects respond to each other. If you move, or if you have to move and adjust your body, position it very slowly, move very slowly. The more still you are, the more likely you are to experience curious animals. Pay attention to how the animals and the plants are camouflaged. Begin to keep a mental log of the numbers of insects, the type of insects, the different types of plants and animals you experience. Even if you can't identify them at the time that you're still hunting, over the next few days, you'll be able to utilize the call of remembrance. And we won't stay in the meditation too long. We're going to come out of meditation now. And as we come out of the meditation, we thank you, Divines, for the ability to come and rest in you, for the ability to see all things for what they are. And we are grateful that at this point in this destination of what we consider to be life, that you allow us the opportunity to become one with that which is our nature. Ashe, namaste. Well, I thank you so very much for listening into the broadcast. And we're going to stay on still hunting for a couple more sessions. And then after that, we'll move into totem animals again. Thank you so very much for tuning into the broadcast. Thank you so very much for sharing our broadcast. And you all know that my virtual space and my virtual door is always open. From my house to your house, I wish you all green lights. Namaste.